It's time for Dodger baseball.
There they go. Throw to third. Beats him, but he got his foot in. The 50th for Ohtani. Ohtani sends it in the air. The other way. Back it goes. Gone! Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club.
What about the Dodgers? They got like us. You guys wanted a parade? We got a parade.
Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone! Gibby, meet Freddie. Start the party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
Welcome, the 2024 World Series champion, Los Angeles Dodgers!
We are live tonight to talk about the disastrous loss that was the Los Angeles Dodgers. By the way, reason I am live is because we are being sponsored tonight. We've got some friends that are from, say, the East Coast, Midwest that cannot watch Dodger games. They're out of market. They've asked us to kind of go live and talk about our team, the Dodgers. So let me just. All right, so microphone's on. All right, here we go. Just to make sure we are live. If anyone wants to comment in the chat anywhere, we're gonna talk about a lot of things. Obviously, you guys can kind of see the topics that we're gonna talk about, and it's kind of a lot. So let me just get situated here. Let me turn down this background. I know it's late, and you guys are probably wondering why I'm doing this a little late. I had some other things to do, so unfortunately, I couldn't really do it earlier. I'm sorry about that. All right, so and let me. Let's use this one, actually. All right. Okay, so let's talk about this team that lost today. The Dodgers lose 5-4 in a how do I put this? They lost in a game that honestly they should have never lost. I'm gonna be completely honest with everyone, and you guys can comment in the chat. We would love that. We've got someone here working on the show as well to kind of help me out with other things. So thank you to those of you on Twitter for joining. Thank you to those of you on Facebook for joining. Thank you to those of you here on YouTube. We do not have Oscar here, our normal streaming partner. This is kind of just a me thing, last minute. I was asked to do this. So why not, right? All right. So we don't have any viewers right now. Again, this was last minute, so I can assume we don't have a lot of views. But that's okay. Look, here's what I want to talk about. Let's first talk about just some facts here. And yes, there's an Arizona right here. 7-Eleven, baby. Yeah. Let's just talk about the fact that, look, did the Dodgers do a good job this weekend against an AL leading team? It's the first place team in the American League. And I think even the American League East. They're beating the Yankees. They're beating the Red Sox. They're beating the Tigers. They're beating just about everybody. And I really did not think that the offense was going to come and show up. They showed up on Friday night. They did. They showed up last night. They had scored 6 unanswered in the 6th inning. They hadn't had that since June. The bullpen was doing okay. What I'm very I guess concerned about is the following. How is it that the bullpen? So let's cover the bullpen first. We'll talk about what you see on the screen here in a little bit. But how is it that the bullpen comes in and they're the most used bullpen in all of baseball, in all the MLB combined? They're the most used bullpen, the most utilized bullpen in the entire MLB, right? And you might think to yourself, okay, that's great and all, but now the starters are back. Do you get what I mean? The starters are now back in action. It's not like where we only have 2-3 starters. We've got Yamamoto. He's been the ace of the Dodgers all year. Tyler Glasnow is back, and he's had 5 starts since, or 5 or 6 starts since he came back off that shoulder surgery. We've got Emmett Sheehan. We've got Clayton Kershaw. And we've got Blake Snell, who came back. And by the way, yesterday, he pitched a solid game. He had 10 strikeouts all on his own. 0 runs. 0. He had like 5. I think he gave away 4 or 5 hits. No home runs. Look, they did well. But how is it that we have Glasnow, we've got Yamamoto, we've got Sheehan, Kershaw, Snell, and on Wednesday, Shohei? How, and possibly Sasaki later. How is it that the bullpen that was overused, overly abused by the Dodgers, because they kind of had to, flourished under that kind of environment? That's something I want to know. Right? How is it that they flourished under that environment, but then they come here, you go here now, and what do you see? The problem that you're getting is that they cannot perform. They're imploding. And this is what I don't understand. You guys no longer have to, go 8 innings as a bullpen. You don't have to. And what's funny is now they're getting all the rest in the world. Every starter except for Shohei is going about 5 to 7 innings. The bullpen is averaging at least 3 innings of work, less than they ever have in the last 2 seasons combined. And what's happening right now is the bullpen is imploding. Okay? Who gave up that 1 home run last night? The bullpen to the Blue Jays. But you know what? It was 9-1, 9-2. Who cares? Okay, fine. You can have that space. Who gave up all the home runs today? Aside from Tyler Glasnow, the bullpen blew this game for the Dodgers. I'll get into the offense. I'll get into the offense because obviously they were bad. They were bad, right? And I understand why a lot of people are going, "Hey, dude, the guys can't hit." You're right. You're right. But this bullpen is just I mean, I just don't understand why now they have more rest and now they can't perform. Now obviously now they can't play. They can't perform. Brock Stewart, our new trade acquisition. He's crap. Okay, he had an okay game last night. I'll give it to him. He did. They had Mason Miller, they had Joan Duran, they had Jared Moran, they had all these guys out there that could have been elite relievers, and they all went to other teams, and they're not panning out. But the Dodgers, with their development staff, with all this and all that and all their greatness, they're not able to do anything. That's where I'm a little concerned. Let's get to the bullpen. I want to talk about this because, guys, there is no reason why this should happen.
3-2 Dodgers, 1 out top of the 8th, and the pitch to Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Guerrero hits one a long way to left center field. It's gone! He smoked that ball, and he has tied the game.
There's no reason why Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who, by the way, was struggling. He was struggling all series long. The Dodgers silenced him. Blake Snell sat them down yesterday. And don't get me wrong, this is a hard contact team. They don't F around. For the first 2 months of the season, they were the typical Blue Jays. Okay, they're in last place. Ever since June or even July, they've been on fire. This is a highly explosive team. They know how to hit a ball. They know how to send it the opposite way. They know how to belt it. They know how to put the ball in play and get it into the gaps, get it into the corners, get it to the wall, under someone's glove. They know how to do all that, and we understand that. But the fact that Blake Snell was able to sit him down, and here's Blake trying and unable to do that. Here, let me skip a little bit forward.
With a game time round number 19 of the season for Vladdy Guerrero.
New ball.
All right, so it's a new ball game at this point. Here is Blake Trinan again, and look what he does
again
right here.
1 out, and the pitch to Barger.
Now Addison Barger gets one deep in the air to right center, and it's gone! They go back to take the lead.
All right, so Addison Barger goes back-to-back in there with Vladdy Guerrero Jr., and he takes that, and he just shoots that. You know, I think they're going to play the replay here. Here, let's see.
2 mistakes, 2 home runs. What an inning for the Toronto Blue Jays. Addison
Look
Barger
at that.
with another big home run. He continues to be clutch for this team.
Yeah, again, it's just amazing. Blake Trinan, we can get into him. He comes off that injury, and guess what? He ain't been the same since. And he's had at least 5 times where he could be a relief pitcher and coming into the bullpen and coming out in games. And what does he do? He gives up homers. That's what Blake Trinan's doing. And he's loading up the bases, and he can't find the strike zone. And he can't. That's 2 back-to-back homers, 2 mistakes that Blake Trinan did. Now, let me see if I can forward this.
That's a leadoff walk for Freeland.
All right, so here's
and let's see if Dave Roberts asks Alex Call to bunt.
So that's the bullpen, right? And they gave up another home run. And I forgot, I think it was Alex Vesia. Alex Vesia gives up the home run. And you're thinking, okay, why? Why are you giving up all those home runs as a bullpen? It makes no sense. Not at all. Now, okay, I told you about the bullpen. They just could not put the game in their pocket and give the Dodgers offense a chance. Here's the Dodgers offense.
Bunt, or if he lets him swing away. He is having a fun. Lays it down perfectly.
All right, there's a runner.
Time run into scoring position.
Time run into
This
scoring
puts
position.
John Schneider between a rock and a
And now they're going to intentionally walk Ohtani.
Swing and a miss. He gets him.
And
for
there's a
another
strike.
two.
And now we're going to see Hoffman.
Jeff Hoffman, a lot is Will Smith.
tries to lay off and does to load the bases and hand.
All right, so look, they load the bases. In this case, Freddie Freeman comes up.
Walks for Freeman. It'll never get old. Freddie Freeman with the bases loaded.
With the bases loaded, and he takes that, ties the game.
And then the tailing action takes it away, and he read it perfectly.
All right, here we
And
go.
now, instead of Justin Dean, Michael Conforto.
It is popped up a mile high in foul territory. Kirk is there and makes the catch.
That's the end of that inning. So the Dodgers, all they're doing is walking. No singles, no doubles, no triples, no long balls, no nothing. Nothing. Wow. Oh, they tie it, and then you get one of the guys that sucks ass. And sorry, I know a lot of people aren't going to like me saying that kind of thing, but Michael Conforto is terrible. You just saw that. And what's even amazing is he says, I couldn't hit at Oracle Park. I couldn't hit with the Giants. I had two swings, one for there and one for everywhere else. I could hit everybody everywhere else. No, he couldn't. Michael Conforto is one of the worst acquisitions by the Dodgers. Bo Bichette was possibly available. Rafael Devers, apparently Boston wanted to get rid of him, and they did. You know, Garrett Crochet, Max Fried. I know I'm going all everywhere, offense and arms, but guys, I mean, the front office effed up this season. Everyone always says how good the front office is, and checkmate. Andrew Friedman is stupid. And I don't care what anyone says about that. Brandon Gomes, all these guys are dumb. You let all these guys go to other teams. You could have made yourself a super team. And yes, you would have gone through a slump. We understand that. You could have done that. And instead what you do is you go get guys like Michael Conforto. And then in the trade deadline, who can't even hit for jack squat. And then you go get Alex Call. That's who you get, and you get Brock Stewart. That's who you get. I'm okay with Call on defense. I haven't seen anything on offense that makes me go, oh, damn, what a great acquisition like Tommy Edman. Oh, my God. It's...
And the
Pitch to Ernie Clement.
And here's a swing. And
so here's the home run from Vesia to Ernie Clement. Come on. So...
What a home run for Ernie.
Run on base. And Alex Freeland coming to the plate.
Freeland
So
has
here's
already
a bunt
squared and
again.
Pushes it to third. Barger has it. Throw to first. The sacrifice advances.
Runners are going to advance.
3 balls, no strikes.
Shohei Ohtani's coming up with the game on the line.
All right. So bases loaded.
Being a big one, can't get any bigger, partner.
Shohei Ohtani to the plate.
And no one is seated in this ballpark.
First big league.
All right, so
save
you just saw
opportunity,
that.
Being a big one,
So-
can't get any bigger than this.
Shohei Ohtani to the plate.
And no one is seated in this ballpark.
All right. What does Shohei Ohtani do? It's the last out. There's already 2 out. What does Shohei Ohtani do? What do all these Dodgers do? Bases loaded.
He got him.
Inning over.
How you holding up, partner?
Oh, wait. It was
This is some
it was
kind of
Mookie
baseball.
Betts. So let me redo that.
No one is seated in this ballpark.
All right, here's Ohtani. What does he do? There's 1 out. I'm sorry, there was 1 out. What does Ohtani do?
He got him.
Strikes out.
2 down.
How you holding up?
Look at that. And now
Blue already made that.
here's Mookie Betts coming up.
Barger to That's part 1 of the job that Mason Fluharty has been assigned here today.
All right, here's Mookie Betts. What does Mookie Betts do aside from having a long at bat? Does he crack a single, kind of get it into the corner? Or into the corner? Does he get a stand-up double? Does he clear the bases with a home run? Does he do anything?
Part 2 is Mookie Betts. Ground ball to third. Barger to second, and the Blue Jays win the ball game.
Absolute horse crap stupidity from the Dodgers. Absolutely bizarrely stupid. Stupid. I'm sorry. And sorry, not sorry. They're god awful. This team is god awful. You're going to play like this against an American League leading team? A potential World Series matchup? Really? This is how the offense is going to play. This is it. I'm going to be honest. I'm not ready for October. I don't think the Dodgers are ready for October. I'm going to close this because I don't need it anymore. All right, look. Here are the stats of the game, by the way. I'm going to close the tab here. All right. The stats of this game. The Dodgers went 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. They had 13 walks in the ball game. They left 16 men on base. Stranded 16 men on base. They had 10 hits and 10 walks. You should win a ball game. You should win a ball game with 10 hits, 10 walks. You should win a game with 13 walks. Where you can't win a game is leaving 16 men on base and going 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. This is a really, really bad look. And if anyone wants to come and tell me that I'm wrong, that, oh, don't worry. Guys, look, I know the Dodgers can get to October. We saw that last year. But you've got to be kidding if this is all the Dodgers are able to do. If this is all the Dodgers are able to do, and this offense continues to suck as bad as it does, we've got a huge problem. We've got a huge problem, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to be honest. They could have gotten more. They could have gotten more acquisitions. They could have done better in the trade deadline. But I don't want to give up the farm. I don't want to give up the prospects. Other teams are taking risks. They're making moves. And you see the Dodgers being scared little shits. That's what they are. Andrew Friedman needs to be fired. Although Shohei Ohtani has it in his contract that if he gets fired, he leaves. I think that's probably the dumbest part of the contract. I really do. Wow, Shohei. They need to go. They really need to go. This team is bizarrely stupid. For a team that's worth over $5.2 billion in real estate and investments and cash and assets and all of that. This team that's throwing around money in the offseason like it's nothing, giving money to people that don't deserve it like Tanner Scott, giving money to relievers that don't deserve it like Kirby Yates. Another issue is they're bringing in relievers that are aging out of the system already that can't even pitch a game without giving up the game. And pitch a relief inning without giving up the game. That's Kirby Yates. That's Tanner Scott. That's Brock Stewart. I'm unimpressed. I think this is a complete disaster. I think this team is done for. I don't see any way this team can do any better. This is the offense that we have. They got rid of Dustin May because, oh my God, whatever. No reason at all. They pushed him out. I know he wanted to be a starter. I get it. But it's like, wow. That's what you did. You got rid of Dustin May because, we're getting Roki back. When? There's no timeline. He barely hit a sim game. They couldn't decide if he was going to do another one of those or a rehab start. Oh, man. This team, for being champions, they're stupid as hell. They are god-awfully stupid. Man, I'm just saying, this Dodgers team, ladies and gentlemen, we might not see a World Series because of how stupid this front office is. They are busy. I wonder what their IQ level is. Probably -8. I'm going to say -10 for how stupid they are. Oh, man. And this offense needs to pick it up. How is it that you can score 9 runs yesterday and whatever you won by the other day and on Friday and you can't sweep them today? I happen to think this team is a better team and has more depth than the Blue Jays. I'm not discrediting the Blue Jays. Heineman and Bo Bichette and Vladdy Guerrero Jr. and all these guys, they're awesome. But they don't have the depth the Dodgers do. They don't have the talent the Dodgers do, in my opinion. Vladdy Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette, yeah. But honestly, this team is done for. I don't see any way out of it. They keep playing like this. They're not going to the World Series. It's over in October. All right. Oh, by the way, we're 2 games up on the San Diego Padres. Who knows how they did today? We're probably 1 game up on the San Diego Padres. The division is on the line. I know Dodgers fans are like, who cares? It's the same division. We get home field advantage winning that thing. And we need to be 5-6 games up on the Padres, 10 games up on the Padres. They're playing better baseball for some reason. And we got a series against the Angels. If they lose to the Angels and get swept, I'm going to predict they wouldn't go to the World Series. You can't beat a team like the Angels or the Rockies. You guys are effed up in the membrane. You guys are effed up in the mind. And by the way, they got a big series against the Padres this weekend. I predict Dodgers lose 2 of 3 or get swept. That's just me. All right, so Dodgers lose 5-4. They lose 5 whatever, and in loser fashion. Betts and Ohtani, the $365 million man and the $700 man can't win it. Obviously, they're not worth what they're paid, but that's just whatever. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe to me on YouTube and to all of us here at J Sports. Thank you to Hannah for being on here, for getting the videos and helping me. We're coordinating by text. That's why I had the iPad open. Thank you to all of you for helping me out, and thank you to all of you for watching, those of you that did, if you did. We're at J Sports on YouTube. We're at J Sports 58 on TikTok, and we're at FluffyJA97 on Twitter and Instagram. Go ahead and follow me there. We will post more content as the time comes. All right. See you then.